Hey there, y'all. Appreciate you joining me today for another episode of the Missing Spotlight series. Today, we'll be speaking about Amy Lynn Bradley, and the episode title is Cruise Ship Mystery. So, with that said, let's get started. So, Amy Lynn Bradley was last seen in Los Angeles, California. She went missing on March 24th, 1998. That's 10,337 days ago as of the date of the stream. Now you'll see the photos there, which are from the official FBI poster. On the left is an actual photo of her, and on the right is an age progressed photo to see what she may look like at the age of 42. So you can tell there's a slight, very similar, but slight differences. So keep that in mind that if you recognize her or recognize someone who looks like her, these are some helpful photos to remind you in the back of your mind again. I say that a lot, it seems, but just to keep in the back of your mind, because if you come across somebody, you may recognize it might be her. And by sharing any information to law enforcement, you may be helping bring her home. This is the official poster, upper portion of the official FBI poster. You can see her name is listed there. The photo on the left is an actual photo. The middle one is the one we just saw, but it's age progressed to the age of 42. And also to the right is another type of photo that was age progressed with different hairstyle, a little bit longer, again to the age of 42. Okay. So again, she may have similar features, but some changes. So be cognizant of that when you're coming across, meeting people, wherever you're at. You never know, right? As far as her description goes, at the time of her disappearance, she was born on May 12th, 1974. She was born in Pittsburgh, Virginia. She had short brown hair, green eyes. She stood 5 feet 6 inches, 120 pounds. She spoke English. That's the language that I found, no others. She's a white female. Her occupation was working at a computer consulting firm, and she's an American citizen. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to the recovery of Amy Lynn Bradley and information that leads to the identification, arrest, and conviction of the person or persons responsible for her disappearance. Bradley has the following tattoos. Keep these in mind, jot them down, rewatch on the replay crew, whatever. But a Tasmanian Devil spinning a basketball on her shoulder, the sun on her lower back, a Chinese symbol on her right ankle, and a gecko lizard on her navel. She also has a navel ring. Now, these are pretty good identifiers, okay? Not everybody has this many in those locations. So keep that in mind if you're out sunning or if you come across someone who may look like her and you happen to spot something on the shoulder or on the ankle. Any of these tattoos could bring her home. But you need to be cognizant and watch out and be able to provide your tip to law enforcement so they can follow up. Details again, this is all from the FBI poster. Amy Lynn Bradley, while on a family cruise to the Caribbean, went missing from the Royal Caribbean International Cruise Line's ship Rhapsody of the Seas. Others may have traveled that same ship. On Saturday, March 21, 1998, the vessel departed San Juan, Puerto Rico, and traveled to its first port of call, the island of Aruba. On Monday, March 23rd, 1998, Rhapsody of the Seas departed Aruba and was traveling in international waters to its next island port of Curaçao, Netherlands, Antilles. During the early morning hours of Tuesday, March 24, 1998, Amy Lynn Bradley went missing. The vessel later departed Curaçao and continued on to the island of Saint Martin, and further traveled to St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands, before returning to San Juan, Puerto Rico on Saturday, March 28, 1998. If you have any information concerning the disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley, please contact your local FBI office or the nearest American embassy or consulate. And this official FBI poster came out of the Washington, D.C. field office. Background information. Amy Lynn Bradley was a warm, vibrant individual known and deeply loved by her family and friends. Described as someone with a creative and adventurous spirit, she cherished her close relationships and expressed her unique personality through several distinctive tattoos, including a Tasmanian Devil spinning a basketball on her shoulder, a sun on her lower back, a Chinese symbol on her right ankle, and a gecko lizard on her navel, accompanied by a navel ring. Her short brown hair and striking green eyes made her easily recognizable. A passionate animal lover and sports enthusiast, Amy brought joy to those around her, and her sudden and unfathomable disappearance during a family vacation has left a permanent, painful void in the lives of everyone who cared for her. Now take that to heart. If someone you loved disappeared or went missing, I would think that you'd be just as distraught, and we'd want answers and do everything possible to locate them. So put that in your mind so that you can follow up on any hints and tips you may come across and provide them to law enforcement to further the investigation. Now, regarding her disappearance, in March 1998, Amy went on a family cruise to the Caribbean aboard the Royal Caribbean International cruise ship, the Rhapsody of the Sea. The ship departed San Juan, Puerto Rico on Saturday, March 21st, 1998, traveling first to Aruba. On Monday, March 23rd, 1998, the vessel left Aruba and headed through international waters toward Curaçao in the Netherlands Antilles. During the early morning hours of Tuesday, March 24, 1998, while the ship was in transit, a 23-year-old Amy mysteriously vanished from the vessel. Despite the cruise continuing its scheduled stops at St. Martin and St. Thomas before returning to San Juan on March 28, 1998, no trace of Amy was ever found on board. Updates I found through research. Over the decades following her disappearance, Amy's case has evolved into one of the most haunting and widely followed maritime mysteries in modern history. Law enforcement agencies, private investigators, and her family have relentlessly pursued countless leads, theories, and reported sightings across the globe, ranging from possible encounters in Curaçao to unverified tips spanning years. Authorities have periodically released age progression photographs, such as versions projected her appearance at 42 years old, to ensure her image remains visible to the public. As of 2026, despite extensive media coverage, international attention, and decades of active investigative efforts, no definitive breakthroughs or confirmed locations have been established, and the search for answers regarding Amy Lynn Bradley's whereabouts remains open. Now, I also came across this video which provides more recent context regarding the ongoing efforts and the impact in the investigation 28 years after Amy went missing. I added the link here, and I'll make sure it's in the description if I don't forget, but you're able to see the news report that was done and get some more details from that also. I don't want to play it here because I don't have the rights to do that. I don't want to cause my stream to get taken down. It's more important to keep this up for public viewing and reaching masses of the public to see if they have any information regarding Amy, and they can provide it to law enforcement. To report information regarding this investigation, you may submit an anonymous tip directly to the FBI through their official website at tips.fbi.gov. You're also encouraged to contact your nearest local FBI field office. The FBI Washington, D.C. field office, which serves as the primary investigating agency, can be reached at 202 278 2000 or via an additional contact number at 202 324 3000. If you believe you have seen Amy Lynn Bradley, do not attempt to make contact yourself. Instead, call your local emergency number, such as 911 in the United States, and inform them that the individual is profiled on the FBI website. The case number associated with this investigation is IP35 98 or 45A WF 675 5349. And it's a reiteration. You can contact your local FBI agency. You can contact the nearest American embassy or consulate. And you can leave a tip at the 1-800-CALL-FBI at 1-800-225-5324. You can also submit that anonymous tip, as stated earlier, at tips.fbi.gov. And once again, we do have official missing persons resources, both national and international, for reporting and database consolidation so that it goes across other areas and people can access the information. Also, emergency reporting contacts. You can see there are several there for a variety of persons. So be aware that there's plenty of ways to contact law enforcement, and I urge you to do so, whether you are not sure or you're concerned or you have a small tip or a large tip, it doesn't matter. Anything to help further the investigation, I should say. And what I want to make sure is that we are taking advantage of this, because I don't know how else to say it, but if I lost a loved one and went missing and I wanted to find them, like I'm sure I would do everything in my power to get the word out and spread the word and keep the word going. Okay. That's one of the successes of my Missing Spotlight series, is I'm giving this information out there through social media and allowing her face, as well as many other missing persons cases that I'm streaming in this series, that I can get them voice to their face to the public to see if anybody recognizes or adds information regarding them. And every little bit helps. So with that said, remember, one share could bring someone home. So if you have a tip, whether big or small, please contact law enforcement at any of the agencies I provided you, the contact numbers, the links, or even your local law enforcement. You have case numbers here that I listed. So if you're on the replay crew, you can jot those down and use those as far as you're contacting law enforcement. And finally, I thank you all for joining me. I hope you understand the importance of these missing persons, the series I'm doing, and any little bit helps everyone. Okay. Thank you again for your views, comments, and conversations. As always, they are always appreciated. And if you could subscribe to my channel, that would be helpful. If you don't, I understand, but I just offer that to you. It's free, so it's appreciated if you do. Thank you so much for joining me. That's most important overall. And I'll see you at the next one. Take care now.